Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Prosperity Tax Solutions overview and Q&A. I am your host, C. Aziz Muhammad. I also go by Coach Cam. Thank you to everyone who took a little bit of time out of their evening. I know how life is. I know how busy life is. I know how hard it is sometimes to just carve out that little bit of time to slow down and do something else. So I really appreciate you all being on here this evening. So if it's your first time, I'm going to go through a real quick presentation just to kind of share some of the information about the opportunity with you. I see several of you have seen this, once or twice, but I just want to make sure that I go through the information for all of the new people that are on here. Then we're going to open it up for some Q&A, and then we'll have a little bit of training near the end. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the presentation. Again, my name is C. Aziz Muhammad, and I just wanted to share like a little bit about my background. I actually got started in this industry, this income tax industry, probably about 30 years ago. At the time, I was a independent life insurance agent and I also independent PNC agent, property and casualty. I was doing homeowners and auto insurance and stuff like that. Had an office in Greensboro, North Carolina. A gentleman stopped by my office one day and he said, "Have you ever considered doing income tax preparation?" He said, "I know, in the beginning, and I was new. I was a brand new independent agent in the insurance side. So he said, I know, starting out, it's hard. It takes time to build up that book of business, but with income tax preparation, you can actually supplement your income, and it'll help you get over the hump while you're building your insurance business." So I said, "Yeah, I'll give it a try." And the first year out, I did a little over $40,000 my first year, and I was just playing. Like I wasn't serious about it. I was just trying to make a little extra money because I had an insurance agency that I was trying to build, right? But making $40,000 in 60 days kind of got me a little bit excited, right? So I decided that I was going to go ahead and put more effort into the income tax business. So I actually went to a community college. I took accounting. I started getting deeper and deeper into understanding income tax. Um, and then I put a lot of energy into it. By my third year, I was making over six figures in a 90 days every tax season. And I decided to stop doing insurance and I focused on just doing taxes, right? And I did that for about 10 years, but eventually I worked my way back into insurance. So I'm still a licensed insurance agent, but I focus primarily on income tax preparation and helping people make money and save money with income tax. So that's a little bit about my background. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the compensation plan. We're going to talk about, how to get started and the investment that it takes to get started. We're going to talk about how you get paid, a little bit about the marketing and training. And again, I said, as I said, we're going to talk about, we're going to have time for Q&A. So let's jump right into the money because I know a lot of times when people come, they want to hear about the money first, right? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So I always want to jump right into that right off the bat. Now, depending on where you're located, the cost of tax preparation could fluctuate a little bit. So in some cities, um, the average tax return, it costs more to prepare that than in other cities. But on average, where I'm from, the average tax return goes for about $375. All right, the starting compensation with us is 60%. So if you prepared a tax return, the prep fee was $375, you would actually put $225 in your pocket. Now, if you're in a situation where you're able to charge more, then you're just going to get 60% of more. So you just put more in your pocket. If you charge slightly less, you're getting 60% of slightly less. So you're putting a little bit less in your pocket. But on average, you're making $225 per return. So let's say you went out and you got 50 customers because that is our goal. We want to help every single person that's brand new and never did a tax return, don't have any customers, go out and do 50 tax returns minimum this tax season. If you did that, that's going to equate to about $11,250 in your pocket. and that's in a 60 to 90 day window. All right, that's great money to make in 60 days. But if you're a little bit more ambitious and you want to really go out there and hit it hard, then guess what? Let's shoot for 100 customers. At 225, you're talking about $22,500 in your pocket in a 60 to 90 day window. That's something to get excited about, right? Just to put it into perspective, if you had a full-time job making $14 an hour, you would have to work the entire year, the entire 52 weeks, all right, to bring home $22,500. So to be able to do that in 60 to 90 days, I mean, that's a phenomenal opportunity. Even if you was making $20 an hour, it would take you 9 months to bring home $22,500. So that's why I get excited about this opportunity, not just because I've made money in the past, but it's because I can help so many other people make money if they just give it a try. So let's talk about building a team, because you can make great money by yourself, but you can make phenomenal money with a team. Now, this is totally optional. You don't have to build a team, but I highly recommend it, and here's why. We're going to give you a profit share. So when you go out and introduce people to this opportunity, when they get busy and they go out and make money, you're going to share in the profits 10%. So pretty much like an override, you're going to get a 10% override of their gross revenue. So let's say you went out and you helped 10 people get started and they all hit that minimum of 50 returns. You're talking about 500 returns. Now, if you look at that 60% profit, that's going to be about $18,750 that you made with your team doing that $500. Add that back to the 22,000 you made, and you can see how quickly you can have a phenomenal tax season. And again, that's 60 to 90 days. So I got a couple quotes here. J. Paul Getty, who was one of the first billionaires recorded in the United States, said he'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of his own, because he realized there's only so much you can do by yourself, but with a team, you can go so much farther. Michael Jordan made this statement. He said, "Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships." So that's what we're here for. We want to help you win championships. Okay, the difference between just winning games and winning the championship is living check to check, or being wealthy, or starting to create wealth. Not only that, but generational wealth. I like how the Bible says that a wise man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So that's what we're trying to start that process of leaving wealth or building wealth here with Prosperity Tax Solutions. So I'm excited about it. So will it be hard to recruit? You know, a lot of times people say, I don't know if I can do that. It's going to be hard for me to do that. I don't know who I would talk to. Listen, we got two great tools here that you can use to help you not only recruit, but also help you get clients, what I like to say, client acquisitions. So the first video is the hero video, where it talks about don't just be an ERO, be a hero. That's the title of the video. You can just share that video with people. Most of you have already seen it. Share that video, follow up with people, and get them to join your team. The video is going to do most of the heavy lifting. Then you can either get them on the phone with the person that shared it with you or myself, and then we're going to help you bring that person aboard so you can get you a couple people working with you this tax season. Then we also have the second video, Tax Prep Made Easy with Prosperity Tax Solutions. So that is geared towards talking to people about our service and allowing you to be their tax professional or their tax hero. And it also shares some information about the company and the 30 years of experience that you're backed by. So no matter who is doing the return, they're always backed by 30 years worth of experience. So we just trying to make sure that that customer is comfortable with a brand new tax preparer if it's your first year out the gate. So we got tools in place for you to be successful in this business. Then we got so many other videos. We got a video for life insurance agent, We have a video about this is a great business for college students. We got a video talking about the 32K that some people may qualify for if you're self-employed. So the employment tax credit, but it's going to be leaving. This is going to be the last tax season that you can offer that. So it's good to be able to help people with that and educate people on that. And then we got the big tax savings for home-based business and MLM business owners. So that video is out there and more. And we're putting up new videos every day. As a matter of fact, once you come aboard, if it's a certain genre, a certain um, type of individuals that you want to target, like school teachers or football coaches or whatever. If you want to see a video targeting a certain market, you just let me know and we'll get that information. We'll get that video put out there so that you can actually use to target those type of people. So now let's talk about getting started. There is a $300 investment to get started with Prosperity Tax Solutions. But before you say what, because I know the holiday is coming up and I know money is tight and people don't have that extra cash to come out of their pocket with right now. Um, and so because of that, we're making it where you only spending $49.99 out of pocket, and you really only have to spend $30 today. So if you got started today, you could actually fill out a form and pay your $30 and you're in the system and you're ready to go because we can defer that $300 to come out of commissions later on down the road. It wouldn't be something that you had to take care of today. That $49.99 is actually broken down into two parts. The first part is the $30 setup fee that you pay to Prosperity Tax Solution. The next part is the $19.99, and I actually think it's $19.75 to be exact. But you're paying that to the IRS to get your P10, which is your preparer tax identification number. It's a number that if you're going to be paid to do taxes, the IRS require you to have that number. So really, you can get started in just paying the $30 out of pocket today, and you really don't have to pay. Technically, we want you to get your P10 as soon as possible, but technically, you can get it anytime before the tax season starts, before you start transmitting returns. So with all that being said, out of pocket could be $30. And here's the two examples. You can see if you decide you want to go ahead and pay your 250, the remaining 250 out of pocket cost, as an out of pocket cost up front, we're actually going to incentivize you to do that. We're going to give you an extra 10% on your starting commission. So if you get that done before December 31st, you'll be coming in at 70%. Otherwise, if you wait to have that deferred and come out of your commissions later, you'll be coming in at 60%. Either way is okay with me. I just wanted to give an incentive for the ones who are willing to go ahead and make that investment in themselves up front, but it doesn't matter to me which way you go with it. So that illustration below this showing that if you did 50 customers, if you came in at 70%, it's just simply showing that you're going to make a little bit more money. If you did 100 returns, you're going to make an extra $4,000 to $5,000 just having that 10% boost. But it's not necessary. If your funds in your bank account doesn't allow for you to do that. You just come in at the $30. Another thing is, if you actually go out and hire an IBO yourself, when they pay that $250 up front, if they decide to do it like that, you're actually going to make $100 commission from that $250 for bringing that person on. So that's how that works. Let's talk a little bit about the payroll. There's several different ways that you can file someone's tax return, excuse me. You can e-file it, and then they can get a direct deposit. They'll get their money in about 3 weeks, okay? You can also do paper returns where they print that return out and mail it in, and IRS can still direct deposit their money within 6 to 8 weeks. Obviously, they don't want us doing paper returns and mail them in. Everybody should be doing e-file now, but it is possible, so that's why they put that there. So one way that they did not illustrate up there is using a bank product. And typically, that's what 99% of your returns will be, a bank product return, meaning you're e-filing it, but you're also selecting the bank product because the bank actually captures the fees, takes it out of their refund, sends us our fees, and then direct deposit the refund, the client's refund right into their bank account. So this is the way we recommend you go. That's why we can collect our fees and the taxpayer don't have to pay anything out of pocket. All right, this will take up to 21 days to get that refund when you do it like that. So when the IRS released that money within 21 days, sometimes sooner, when it hits our account, we actually process payroll every Thursday. So anything that comes in no later than Wednesday, then we're going to on Thursday release all that commission to you. So you're actually getting paid every week. Now, if something comes in after Wednesday, you're going to get that on the following Friday. All right. But if it comes in before Wednesday, you'll be able to get that in the same week. So we process the payroll every single week on Thursday so that you can have the money by Friday, depending on who you bank with. Some banks, when we process them Thursday morning, you'll have your money by Thursday night. Some banks, you will have it to Friday. Unfortunately, there's some banks that'll make you wait till Monday, but either way, between Thursday and Monday, you're going to have that money. But we're going to, on our end, we're going to process it every single week. So you won't have to wait for your money. As soon as we get it, we're getting it back out to you as soon as possible. All right. And again, I'll just talk a little bit more about Refund Advantage. That's the bank we use. That's the quote unquote tax bank, all right, that we use. There's several of them out there like Santa Barbara, Refund Advantage, but we chose to use Refund Advantage. I think, in my opinion, is the best one. They have the best program, in my humble opinion. So with this bank, that is what makes us a full service tax office. And that is what's going to be making you a full service mobile tax preparer or IBO, because you're going to have the ability to offer things like tax advances starting in January up to $7,000. You're going to be able to collect the fees from their refunds so your clients don't have to pay out of pocket. You will even be able to print checks if you went that route. I totally recommend you doing direct deposit because trying to print out a check for a customer is a headache, meaning we trying to be mobile preparers so you don't necessarily have to interact face to face with the customer. So if you're trying to print a check out, that's going to force you to have to deal with face to face. It's going to take up a lot of your time and it can be a little frustrating. So let's do direct deposit for all of our clients. And when you do that, it's going to make things so much smoother. So the way we do our marketing and training is we got YouTube, we got Google Docs, we got Facebook, a private Facebook group. We got training videos. That private Facebook group is going to be where everything is held. Like all of your training videos will be there. All the videos that I'll produce will be there. Any type of post that I put out, information, everything will be there. And this is what the private Facebook groups look like. Prosperity Tax Solution IBOs, and we're all considered independent business owners. So that's what the IBO is. So if you're not already a part of the private Facebook group, I want you to become a part of that right away. Now, one thing I want to point out there, when you try to become a part of the Facebook group, it has to be approved, right? So a lot of times people have other names, right? Your name may be Cam, but on Facebook you are, you know, Mr. Moneybags or something. Like you got like a different name. So when you send over a request to join the Facebook group, I have no idea who you are and if I should approve that request. So if you know that your name on Facebook doesn't match your government name, just send us a email or a message in Messenger letting us know who you are. That way we can go ahead and get that approved right away instead of trying to figure out, trying to dig around and figure out who you are. All right, so last, I want to talk about just kind of ignoring negativity. See, we're getting closer and closer to tax season. And the closer we get to the season, people may try to say, you don't know anybody, you're not going to be successful. Listen, ignore the negativity. You don't have to have any customers already. You don't have to have any experience. We're going to provide you with everything you need. We're going to help you be successful this tax season. So don't let any of the negative comments from people who may love you, but they just don't understand, right? Sometimes they just don't understand. I remember being a little boy trying to learn how to ride a bike. Every time I fell, my mom said, "You're not going to ride that bike anymore, put it up." But my dad said, "No, get back on it and try again," right? My mom wasn't trying to discourage me. She was trying to keep me safe. So sometimes people are negative because they think they're telling you the right thing, but they just don't know. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I'm telling you, you can be successful right now, starting now, you all the way up to the first of the year. We're gonna still be helping people get started, get trained, and get in profit with this opportunity. So um, just be ready to go. So how do you get started? Most of you are here, so you've already been through this process. But when you're working with a new person, you're just going to share that video with them. Um, have a third party actually talk and share a little bit, like get them on the phone with the person who invited you or myself. If once they're ready to go, we're going to send them that jot form for them to fill out their personal information. We're going to send them a $30 payment link, and then we're going to get them on a private Facebook group, start training them, and then we're going to share the videos with them so they can turn around and do the same thing, rinse and repeat. And then that's how we're going to actually grow this business. So let me double check. I think I have some chats. Okay, so we're good to go. So that's how we're going to actually join this business. So um, start this business. I mean, so get started today and let us help you improve your economy. So with that being said, this improve your economy, this IYE is going to be this new mission or mantra that I'm putting together for us because we want to help people improve their personal economy. We know like uh, politicians and the government are always talking about, well, the economy is bad, the market is low, inflation is up, and they're always talking about improving the economy. But you know what? When you look at wealthy people like a Oprah Winfrey or a Donald Trump or Jay-Z or any of those wealthy people, do you think they're ever standing at the pump concerned about how much gas costs? Do you think they're ever in the grocery store thinking, man, my God, look how much eggs has gone up, right? That's because the economy might be bad, but their personal economy is great. So I want us to focus on not the economy, but your economy. Let's focus on your personal economy. And the way we're going to help people do that is we're going to save them in taxes and we're going to help them make more money to improve their personal economy so they never really have to worry about what the economy is doing because it's not going to affect you. Most of the time, what's going on in the economy affect poor people or people living check to check, who or just need to make more income a whole lot worse than it affect those people that are affluent, right? So we're going to start talking about improving your economy. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and we're going to get ready to open it up for a little bit of Q&A before we move on to the next segment of the presentation. So let me see if everybody can unmute. Okay, so you should be able to unmute yourself if you have a question. So go ahead and fire away. What questions do y'all have?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think I asked this last week. Okay, so January 2nd is the first day that business taxes can be done. When will they receive pay? Do they have to wait the 3 weeks too, the 21 weeks? But I think you
When,
said something about they can get early pay, right?
so 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 January the 2nd um is not the official date yet. The IRS will announce what the official day is. It's going to be typically, in the beginning of January. they're going to announce when they will start accepting returns. Now, you can actually prepare someone's return starting, January 2nd. You can prepare the return, but when the IRS will actually accept that return, that's um, a different thing. And we have to wait on the IRS to say when they will start accepting returns. Now, when you prepare that return, you can go ahead and apply for an advance. So yeah, we can apply for the advances starting in January. As far as when the IRS will accept returns, because that's when the clock starts ticking. Like, so when I say it could take up to 21 days, the clock start ticking once the IRS has accepted the return, and we haven't got that exact date yet, but it'll be
Oh,
somewhere probably in the
okay,
beginning
so
of
can I
January.
chime in on that?
Hmm.
Okay, so if you doing an advance, it's not really an advance then if they still have to wait 3 weeks, right? So why do they call it an advance?
No, the advance is you can get up to $7,000 on advance. That can be approved within 24 hours.
That's what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
how does that work?
You'll be able to apply for it. You will be able to apply for it in your software. Um,
Okay,
that feature in the back office of your software is not there yet because they're still making updates to it. And
okay,
I actually just did another walkthrough video. I'll be putting it up in the group today, walking through the software. So I got to post it, and I'll do that later tonight or first thing in the morning. But even with that, it's not showing you the advance yet because that feature is not available yet. It'll be available in the next week or so, and I'll do another video showing you how to get people approved for advances once they update that feature in the software.
okay. Can I ask one more quick question?
Yes.
Okay, so what qualifies somebody for an advance?
They really most of the time it's just going to be based on what your tax return is looking like, elements of your tax return. So um let's say for example, if somebody's whole entire refund is earned income credit, let's say if you didn't have that child on your tax return, you wouldn't get a refund. That means your whole refund is based on earned income credit. So sometimes they'll give you a lower amount if your whole refund is based on earned income credit, and you didn't really pay any taxes into the federal government, so you're not really getting a tax refund. Your whole refund is a credit. So that it just your tax return. It's just the holistic picture. They just look at it and make a determination on how much you'll be approved for based on that overall picture of what your tax return look like, what's on your tax return.
Okay, so basically, if you have a dependent, then it's possibly you can get an advance.
It's possible, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Hmm. Good question. Anyone else?
What if they don't get a refund and they
Sound like that was destiny, but I couldn't hear the question. Okay, maybe not. Anyone else? Okay. Well, if there's not any more questions, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next part of the presentation. So we're going to have a little bit of training from, hold on. Okay, so yeah, what if they're not getting a refund and they owe? So if you're not getting a refund, most likely you're not going to get approved for an advance because the way the bank will advance the money, but the way they get their money back is through your refund. So when the refund is released, they can recoup their money. But if you're not getting a refund, they have no way of getting the money back, and there's nothing to advance because you wouldn't be getting a refund. So in that case, you would not qualify for that. Let me check, make sure I don't have any more questions in the chat.
I have a question about that.
Yes.
Okay, so if they we do everything and we are, the customer is expecting to have a refund, but we have to let them know that they aren't getting anything back. What happens with the payment that they're responsible for? Because I know that we have the ability to take the payment out of their taxes, but if they owe, what's the best route of addressing that concern? And have you ever had it where customers are upset with you and then they refuse to pay?
Yeah, well, that has happened. So we have a engagement letter, which all of you will have, and it'll be e-signed by the customer. The engagement letter simply says that I'm preparing this tax return. This is the cost, and even if for some reason your refund is not released by the IRS or you're not getting a refund, you're still responsible for um, the cost of preparing your tax return. Um, so we will invoice them. You will have to send them an invoice, and they're responsible for paying it. Does it happen sometime that people don't pay it? Absolutely. That's just the way it is. We have a payment platform. You'll be able to actually submit an invoice to them and get a payment. But if they don't pay it, then um, there's nothing we can't force them to pay it. We do have a lady that works for our team who tries to collect the money. So after so many days, if the IRS hadn't released the fund, we haven't received the payment. We do have a lady who will make phone calls to the customers and try to collect that payment. So you won't have to do it. We have somebody on staff who will attempt to collect payments on our behalf in situations like that.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
And Cam, I think someone asked a question in the chat as well.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. If you know the person is gonna owe, they're not getting a refund. Yeah, we can collect the payment up front. Absolutely. And you know what? That happens a lot. Like in situations where you have business owners, they're used to paying for their tax returns out of pocket. A lot of business owners are not getting refunds. Um, a lot of them are just really happy if they break even, right, and not owe money. So they've been, running a business, and they understand that they probably going to have to pay some money out of pocket.
I was going to ask one more question. I thought
Yes,
I
ma'am.
heard you say something about being able to provide certain videos that might be in a customer's type of um,
Hmm.
field, like such as cosmetologist or something like that. Is
Yeah.
there, can you touch on that again? Because I feel like I missed that information.
Yeah, I was just simply saying, I put videos out from time to time. Like I just put a video out today, or what's that, yesterday? I don't know. I've been working so hard. My days are running together. But it was saying that it was a video targeting independent insurance agents. So, a lot of us know insurance agents. So it's a video that'll target them to try to get them to be your client. But if you got another field like cosmetology or teachers or firefighters or police, if you got another field and you're going to be targeting that field and you want a video targeting that particular field, just let me know and I'll get a video out on designed or targeting that particular field. Any other questions?
Yeah, I got one real quick.
Yes, sir.
When you're preparing the taxes and you submit them, 9 times that usually they let you know if you owe or not right there, right? Even with business taxes, correct? Or am I?
Yeah, you're gonna know before you even submit the return that they owe.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that alleviate trying to play the game of, if you're gonna pay me or not.
Right.
We already know you owe, so go ahead and kick out the little change right quick, partner. All right, I got
Absolutely.
you. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks.
And you know what? Can you do a video for business taxes? Yep, absolutely. I can do that. And you know what? Typically the people who come in and they owe, they sometimes they try to act shocked or surprised, but typically they know that they know they owe. They knew they was gonna owe before they sat down or before they sent you their information. And yeah, all the videos will be for group use, and I will put them in the private Facebook group. Yeah, let me make sure I'm not.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When they're asking about the cash advance portion, are they based on their credit scores?
Um, Credit score is a small factor, but it's not the factor. Like I know people who had terrible credit and still got an advance simply because they've been getting them every year. The bank is comfortable with their tax return, and um, so. But I will say that that is a part of the algorithm that they use. You know, they look at your tax return. Credit is a small part of it. Um, what your refund is made up of, if it's just earned income credit or if you just self-employed. So they look at the whole picture and make a decision. Typically, most people get something. Not everybody qualifies for the full 7,000.
And I had a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you change your prices? Like, could you like what somebody
Absolutely.
pay you?
So if you yep, and in the next video that I'm gonna upload tomorrow to the group, it gets to that point in the process where you see the prices and the breakdown. So you can change your prices, and it shows you where you can make that change at.
Okay.
Cam, I think Destiny asked me a question earlier in regards to where we put the fees in to that return. So I'm sure it should probably be a button where you can include your fees. So when they're signing their docs, they'll see the fees. Or is that
Well,
true?
so when you prepare a return, when you get to the end, the fees will already be there. Like it will already calculate fees based on how I set the software up. All right. Now you will have the ability to make adjustments to that, but it's gonna automatically spit out a fee. So um, I set the software up here based on what's the average around here. So where I live in North Carolina, but so when you get to the end of the return, it's going to already calculate a fee. It's going to say you got charged this much for your 1040, you got charged this much for your state tax. It's going to have an itemized breakdown of your fees. And like I said, you'll be able to see that on the video that I'm gonna put up tomorrow. But then at the very bottom, you'll see where you can adjust those fees. So if you need to adjust them up or down, you'll have the ability to do that before sharing that with the client. Make those adjustments before you share that information with the client. Yeah.
I have another question.
Yes, sir.
So if you get someone to join your team and they coming in, how long is they starting commission? Like if they come in to $50, how long is they starting commission? 60%.
How long you saying?
Like is for a period of time where they're 60%, or is it indefinitely, or like how does that work?
So it's 60%, but there is a pay scale, and I will post that in the group as well. So if you hit a certain number of returns, um, your 60 will go up to 62 or 63 or 65. I can't remember the exact pay scales right off the top of my head, but as you progress and hit certain numbers, your commission will increase over time.
Hey, Cam, also adding to that, correct me if I'm wrong, but once they get their first payment with those first returns that comes in and their 250 balance is paid, but they automatically go to their 70% at that time because the 300 is paid, or would they still stay at 60?
No, they will still be at 60 until they hit that requirement, the minimum number, the minimum requirement.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And the compensation goes all the way from 60 all the way up to 90% based on the numbers that you're hitting. Yep. Rhonda, help me out. Don't if you see a question that I missed in the chat, let me know. I think we got all the questions answered.
Great. Let me see.
So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears a little bit, and we're gonna have Miss Rhonda Knight do a little bit of training on social media and some strategies on how you can actually get some clients. So how do you want me to do this? Do you want me to share that document? Is that what you want me to do?
Yes, please, if you can.
Okay. Bear with me 1 second. And let me
And while he's sharing that, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. And you still have time if there's someone that you brought in the business or that you're interested still in bringing into the business, still you can have them join us as well. But this is going to be talking about how to be very successful. Our goal for each of you, including myself, is to do a minimum of the 50 clients, 50 clients. So we're going to do a 50 client challenge. And I know you guys are all up for it because I got some very competitive, great business minded people on here the ones that I know personally. So
are you able to see my screen, Rhonda?
yes, I see it.
I was trying to see if there's a way I can
Uh,
maximize it so you can just see the but I don't see that right now. So we might have to go with it like this.
yes, I do see that some part of it is being blocked though.
Um, I think that's going to go away in just a second,
Okay.
hopefully.
So while he's doing that, I can go ahead and get started with you. And this same document or information and verbiage that we're going to talk about today is also going to be in that Facebook group. So if you have not joined the Prosperity Tax Solutions IBO group, and you've already come on board to be one of an IBO with us, then you definitely need to join the group because that's where you're going to find a lot of the videos that Cam has talked about. It's where you're going to find a lot of information that you can utilize to be very successful in the business. We're excited. I know everyone on here is excited about being a part of it. So let's take it to the next level beyond excitement. Let's see how we can turn it around and be able to make money, which is what we're all here to make sure we can do, right?
Absolutely.
So, this Get 50 Clients Challenge is some step-by-step things to do, and you can build trust and credibility from day 1 through day 7. So, we're going to talk about different ways to do that. One of the first things I want to talk about is that professional online presence. I know that a lot of times we mix business in with our family things that we're doing or places that we're going, but it's so important that you take a moment to realize and think about what you have on your Facebook page or your social media pages. If you got a video where you was just out partying and drinking and smoking, and then the next thing you say is, "Hey, reach out to me to do your taxes." Do you think that person is going to come to you, or do you think they're going to go to someone who has a more professional look and presence on their social media? So those are some things to be aware of. And if you do happen to have some things up and now you want to start promoting your business, your online business, or your mobile tax preparation business, then you may want to go and start taking some of those things down. And so that now the things that people see are all positive minded things about your business. And then also, you're going to get your tax preparer training certificate. Post that on there. And what I do love that Cam does also is he'll give you information about what to, kind of say there. He'll give you some scripts that you can follow if you don't know. If you haven't done business before and you're not really sure of what to say, like how you see under certificate post, and right there it'll say, I'm officially certified and ready to help you. And so he'll have things like that on that page that you can see on our Facebook page. Okay. You can scroll up for me a little.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I love to the part that said about posting regular tax tips. So those are some of the things that Cam has talked about today. You might hit that group that sells insurance. You may hit those ones in the cosmetology field or whatever. Putting those little tips, you never know who's going to see it. So he calls Tax Tip Tuesdays. I like that. So those are some of the things you can look at doing. And then you also want to be engaged on Facebook. Be engaged. So you want to create a list with at least 50 plus friends and families who may need your tax help and send that out too. So there's so many different ways to reach out and try to build up your clientele. Also, and I know the chats are popping up right in the middle of what I'm reading too. So I'm trying to skip past them and everything too.
No, the cooking will not affect it. You good with cooking. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rhonda. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you for answering that for me. Also, don't forget to always continue. If you're promoting your business, you guys have to understand this is not something you can kind of be lazy with or half, but do it. I'll put it that way. It's something you got to put your time into. The tax season is a short season. So you need to put your energy and time into doing all these little notes that he has right here on how to be successful and how to get those 50 clients first. Okay. And so that includes being engaged in what's going on. You want to make sure you're checking your post that you put out there to see if you had any responses, and then following up on those responses or comments. Even if they just said I like or I love, follow up with that person and engage with them and see what you can do. One of the things that I learned early on in marketing is that marketing is a transference of emotions. So when you really, people don't buy from necessarily, it doesn't really matter what the product is. They really buy from you when you're able to talk with someone one on one or communicate with them and they feel a connection to you. That is the very thing that's going to make someone want to trust you and give you that opportunity to do their taxes. So, make sure you respond. You can scroll up again for me.
Okay. One thing I want to add about the engagements, also engage with other IBOs. Like if I see Rhonda posted something on her page, I'm gonna go comment on it. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna love it. Because it's gonna help her get engagements. So we all should work as a team. When you know somebody else, some other IBO has posted something on their page. That's why we should all become Facebook friends and like and comment on each other's stuff, because it's gonna help boost the algorithm and help more people see the post when we help each other out like that.
That's absolutely true. And that's
Yeah.
something that I practice all the time, but it's good that you pointed that out too. And then
Yep.
Facebook groups. It's so
Mhm.
important that you look for groups that may need tax services. And pretty much that's almost every group you can think of. But there are certain groups, like you might have a group that is for hairstylists. You may have a group that's for insurance, people. Look for those groups. But when you join a group, it's so important that you understand that you can't just join a group and then go in there like start blasting about your business and about you. The groups usually want you to be engaged in other people in the group. So you want to like other people's things, you want to comment on other people's things that they're doing, and kind of slowly put your information in there too as well. So be aware of that when you're looking at groups. And then referrals. Referrals has always been something that's so important when it comes to having a business. Once you do something for someone and they're feeling good because you just got them the max that they can get back from their taxes, make sure you ask for them to refer you to someone or give you some, some people's names that may be interested in having you do their tax return for them. And as you see here, you can even offer a $50 referral bonus once the return is completed. And that's good that he has it there, because you want to make sure that you did get that business and you did get a chance to finish that, then you know you're getting paid. So giving that $50 referral bonus, makes sense then. And then always follow up. And then let's talk about networking and local outreach. So some of the things you may not think about doing is talking to the people at your church, your kids' schools, different organizations that you're a part of. I'm in a poker league, and I think I have probably half of the people that I bring in the business are from the poker league. But that's because we get together all the time and we play in leagues. And so these are people, and a lot of them are people I know too that have other businesses that they're doing. And so I reached out to them, but you don't never know who you may talk to at your church, your school, your organization, or different places that may want to have you do their taxes. And something we talked about earlier, one of my friends commented that she literally does catering for major people with a lot of money. Now, on one side, she told me that at her job, she talked about coming into business and about her doing taxes. And already she has 10 people that said, "Oh, yeah, I'll let you do my taxes." Because what? She talked about it at work. But then she said to me, "But I also do catering, but those are with high end people that make a lot of money. So they probably already have someone." But guess what? Cam and I talked about, but you never know when they might be mad at the tax person who they had last year and be looking for someone new. So it never hurts to ask, even if you think that they're going to say no. What is the harm in still asking? So there's so many different ways to reach out. And then one of the things when we talk about flyers and business cards, I do flyers more now than I do business cards, because on that 4x6 flyer, you can get information on there. You don't want to crowd it, but you want to have enough information where people are interested in talking to you and learning more about the business. And on my flyers that I created for myself and for my team and anyone else that's a part of our family, they can have a copy of the flyer I created as well. But I put on there about getting $50 off. Why? Why? Because people want to know that they're saving and they're getting something out of it. So that's another way to get them get the opportunity for them to give you that business, because you're offering $50 off that their tax return. And remember, we can charge what we want, so I don't still lose. I still, bottom line, I'm going to make at least $225 with that. But saturate your flyers in different places. I take it. I get my hair done. I get my nails done. I get my lashes done. All the places I go, I take flyers to there, and then I saturate my area. So those some things that's very important. And then creative marketing ideas. You want to come up with things that are creative. Um, like here is some examples of things that you can do. And again, there's a script for you of things that you can say as well. And then again, when we're talking about uh, your daily action plan. I love that he put this here too. So let me hit on that as well. And again, even when we're scrolling down, remember this is going to be on our Facebook page, so you can look at it and take your time to go through. But we just want to touch on some of the things. So daily action plan, morning, just 1 hour in your morning. And I know we all have things to do, but you can find somewhere before work, at lunchtime, or right, somewhere around there that you can post on Facebook and share in your groups. And then also respond to the comments and things from the previous day or earlier that day. And then in the afternoon, I'll reach to 5 people from your warm market list. And again, that's the people that you put together, and also people that showed interest and things like that, and reach out to them. And then in the evening, you want to become engaged with Facebook groups, answer questions, and then plan and draft your post for the next day. Why is that important? Because when like I know, social media is where everybody goes to do things now. That's where they look for information. They look for people who, like, I know, for instance, Amber is an influencer on social media with the following that she has. So people look to see what is she going to post and what is she going to say and what is she going to recommend. So you want to be able to stay engaged. You have to think and say to yourself, okay, I can give an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, and 30 minutes in the evening for the success of my business. And then here also is scripts for overcoming common objections. So I want to do a little role playing right here. Kiana, I don't know what name you're under, but can you unmute yourself for me?
Oh, yes,
Kiana.
sorry. Yes,
Okay.
I'm here. Sorry.
So Kiana, I want you to role play with me on this one. And I'm going to ask you the question, why should I trust you? You're new. And I want you to just look on here and use the script and answer exactly what's on that script. So Kiana, I understand you're in the tax business, but why should I trust you? You're like new at this.
Sorry, hold on. Great question. While I'm new, I've been professionally trained and I am supported by a great team with over 30 years of experience. I've also double checked everything to ensure accuracy and compliance with the IRS. Your satisfaction is my top priority.
Well, I appreciate that, Kiana. I do know your personality, so I guess I'll give you a try. All right, thank you, Kiana. D Jones, unmute yourself, please.
Hello.
Thank you. Hey, I want you to take number two, and I want you to just answer it based on the script. That's right there. So, Derek, I hear what you're saying, but I already have a tax preparer.
Oh yeah, that's completely understandable. Many of my clients used to feel the same way. Would you consider giving me a shot this year? I'm confident I can offer you a great experience and potentially save you a whole lot of money.
Okay, if you can save me some money, I might have to give you a shot, Mr. Jones. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Roger that.
All
Give
right,
me
and
this.
the
All right, thank you. Get that
all right,
money.
and the last one, Destiny, if you'll do this last one with me, please.
We gotta go fast. I got you.
Okay. All right, so I don't want to pay up front. Why do I have to? Why I don't want to do that? I don't want to pay up front because I'm kind of low on money.
That's no problem. My fees can be deducted directly from your refund, so there's no out of pocket costs for you.
What? Girl, for real? Okay, you got it then. Right, so simple. I again love this that Cam has taken the time out of all the stuff that he has to do to give you guys some scripts to go by so you can feel a little comfortable if you don't know how to respond to people. And these are just some, but again, always it's so important that you go on our Facebook page every day because he's always posting something that's going to help us be successful. So what's our goal? Anybody to get what? How many clients?
Minimum
Minimum
of
50.
50.
50 G
50.
unit.
All right. Let me hear you say woohoo if you're gonna do it. Woo,
Woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo,
I
woo.
think
Hooty hoo.
All
Woo,
right. Thank
woo.
you. I appreciate it, guys. Turning it back over to Cam.
Awesome job, awesome job. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. Can you look in the chat, Rhonda, and see if I missed any questions while I'm talking? Do you have the ability to do
Yes.
that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Um, yeah, so everything that you're going to need is going to be in that Facebook group. I post up every day, so make sure you connect. I know some don't have Facebook. I ran across that recently, but if you don't have Facebook, I would just ask, would you please like just consider, and you don't even have to use your real name. Like I could set up a Facebook page and just call it Prosperity Cam, right? And then just join this group. Don't accept no friends, don't post no pictures. If you're not if Facebook is not something that you want to do, I would still recommend you set it up just to join this group so you can have access to everything that we are putting in the group. So I do realize there are some. All right,
Cam,
last thing.
I piggyback on that real quick.
Yes, sir.
I know it's a lot of people that got Facebook pages, and they don't want to start deleting stuff like Miss Rhonda said. So why not just start a professional page with your business and still with who you are? Start a fresh new page and just go start fresh with something like that and direct everybody to that page who you trying to do business with, because you can have multiple Facebook pages.
Exactly. That's so true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, great suggestion. So it's Prosperity Tax Solutions IBOs. And I think the link to the Facebook group is somewhere in the chat.
Yep. And I try to make sure I send it out to
Yeah.
everybody too. And then once you are in as well, it gives you a part where you can invite other people that you've told about the business so they can literally click on that link and be a part of once they come into business. You have to be one of us in the business to be able to do that. There is a question, Cam. Amber asked, what are the top fields for canvassing in your experience? What are, like how you talked about the insurance industry, what are some of the top ones you think we should canvass for?
Um, I it just depends on your your personality and your background and your interests. So for example, I've been an insurance agent, for a long time. So I know a lot of insurance agents. So for me, that's my target market. Like I talk to independent insurance agents, people who sell in final expense or what we like to call burial insurance, right? That burial. But um any independent insurance agency, and I target those because I know a lot of them don't understand write-offs. I know a lot of them are still acting as a sole proprietorship when they should have a LLC, and or even operating as an S corporation so they can save a little bit in taxes depending on how much profit they're making. Um, so that's who I target. And then I target like home-based business people. I target network marketers, like, because I'm all about saving you on your taxes and showing you how to take certain write-offs and write off all these different things. So that's my market. So it's just going to depend on um, who you're comfortable talking with, because like you can relate to them in that particular market. So if you do hair sometime, then you may want to target that market because you can relate to them. All right. But that's what I would do. I would just target people that I can relate to.
That's great. Thank you so much. And then someone asked, how do you win if you, I mean, how much do you win if you get 50? You know what you win? You win the fact that you just made minimum of over $11,000 during that tax season. That's what your gift is. You win what you earned. And
Yeah.
that's what our goal is to
But
make.
but
Yes.
speaking of winning,
Okay.
we do have I don't know if everybody are aware, but we do have a challenge of promotion going on, but it's about recruiting, not necessarily getting tax clients. So from now, well, we started last week, but we're gonna cut it off next Thursday. Thursday of next week, not this week, is gonna be the cutoff. But whoever has the most IBOs hired on their team, I mean direct hires, will win $300 cash. Um, and then the second place is going to get $200 cash. So right now,
Right
Rhonda
now, who's leading?
Rhonda Shank
Rhonda.
has been rocking and rolling. I think she's up to 10. She has 10 direct hires on her team. And then, even more than that, if you look at the people who they've hired under her. But her direct, we're not talking about your whole team, just the people who you bring on directly. So her direct hires is around 10 now. So she's actually leading the way. So congratulations. Look like you might
Thank
be
you.
spending that $300 next week.
I'm trying to get a
But
Christmas
but
present.
don't count it yet because it's anybody's game, right?
Uh-oh.
Anybody with a little bit of influence can go out there and bring on 10 people within the next couple of days. So don't start counting the chickens before they hatch.
They better bring it. They better bring it. And you better bring that game. I do want to say I set
I,
a goal for
and
myself
listen,
too.
I think the
Hmm.
second place person is at like 4 right now, and that is LaShawn. And that's somebody that Rhonda brought on. So
Yep.
yeah, you're
Woo-hoo.
doing a great job, Rhonda. Congratulations on your efforts and your success so far with that. So, but
Thank
it's
you.
still anybody's game. Still anybody's game.
Yes. And I hope you guys are encouraged by what we're saying. So it's not saying it to brag, but it's saying, hey, if I can do it, y'all can do it. And you know what? I never stop talking to people. I talk to everybody about this business because when I believe in something, I want to share with people I care about, especially the first people I talk to is my family and my friends. And then I talk to anybody else I see. Because I want to see you guys succeed and I want you to be blessed going into the new year, coming off all the money we spent on the holidays, to have lots of dollars in your pocket. I'm positioning myself to go into the new year with money in my bank accounts, my savings and my checking, and then a little money on the side that I want to spend on whatever I want to spend it on. So I encourage y'all to continue to spread the word, share the videos. It's so many videos y'all can share that even when you explain it to people, I still send them the video so they can look at it again. But I always send that
Absolutely.
chat form. Always.
Hey, let me mention this. The two videos, our main two videos, the one that we use to recruit people and the one we use to get clients, those main two videos, don't post those on your Facebook page. If you already have, take it down. And here's why I say that. When you're out trying to talk to people, if they've already seen it, you have nothing to show them, right? I don't just put that out there like that. So for example, if I was talking to Rhonda, I'm trying to get 50 clients, right? So I did the math in the beginning of the presentation. That's about 11 grand. So if I'm talking to Rhonda, I'm like, I call her. She's a friend of mine. I'm gonna say, Rhonda, listen, I found out a way where I'm gonna be able to put about 11 grand in my pocket this tax season. Now, this opportunity that I got may or may not be for you. I don't know if you'll be interested or not, but can I please send you this short 2-minute video? I want you to check it out and tell me what you think. Can I send you that, Rhonda?
Yes, please. Can you
So
hurry up?
I'm see all of my people in my phone that I'm comfortable sending that to, and some that I'm not. I'm just gonna do that little spiel with them. I've already recruited like 16 people in the last 2 weeks, Rhonda, but I'm not in the contest. I'm not part of the
Yeah.
contest. So, but what I'm saying is that's all I'm doing. Can I send you that? I sent it to them. I said, and when they say yes, I say, look, I'm getting ready to send it to you. It's only 2 minutes long. I'm calling you back in 4 minutes, right? If they say I can't look at it right now, when will you be able to look at it? I'm gonna call you back then. So when I call them back, I'm gonna say, Rhonda, did you get a chance to look at the video?
And I'm going to say yes, because if anybody with common sense will want to know, how can I make $11,000? My
Right.
boy get ready to do it, so how can I do it? And
So
and I love that you said follow up, because it's so important that you don't give up. If they say call me back, and you tell them you're gonna call them back in 5 minutes, make sure you do it, because
call
if
them
not,
back.
people will get lost and they'll be doing something else. The kids be done something, the wife, the husband, or
Yep.
whatever. But you want to make sure you follow up with them, and also when you're reaching back out to people, don't like go crazy where you like, you coming, you coming, you coming.
Yeah.
But you
Don't
got to
throw
be
up on
wise.
them.
You got to you have to have a little bit of a different conversation the next time you talk with them. Hey, I know you said you was going to do it yesterday. I'm sure you probably got caught up with something. Well, make sure you do that for me today, so that you're not sounding like a used car salesman, okay? But you're really trying to help them understand this is something that would be beneficial for them and their family. And thank you, Amber, for putting the Facebook link in the chat too. So it's in there for those who didn't see it. You can definitely click on that even while we're talking and go ahead
Hey,
and join the group.
also, when you real quick, because we're over our time, but real quick, when you follow up with people, make sure you ask them, what did they like? What did they like best about what they saw? Like when you follow with people, don't say, "Hey, what you think?" Because they can give you a positive or a negative response. Don't say what you think. Don't say how you like it. Simply say this: Rhonda, did you get a chance to watch the video? She said, "Yeah." What did you like best? That's the
Yes.
question.
Mm-hmm.
If she say, "Well, I like that money," absolutely, I know what you mean, girl. That's what I like too. That's what I like too. And you know what? I'm gonna make some great money. But not only that, I'm working with this gentleman who put this all together. His name is Coach Campbell. I'm working with this young lady. She's super excited. She's gonna show me everything. She the one who got me involved. Her name is Rhonda Knight. Hey, real quick, since we already on the phone, let me get Rhonda on the phone. I want to introduce her to you. Hey, real quick, since we already on the phone, let me get Cam on the phone. I want to introduce him to you. Then we can just do the work. You just sit back and relax. Let me talk them into joining the business. Let Rhonda encourage them to join the business, or become one of your clients, or whatever the goal is with that client, right? So
That's for sure.
it's simple, but you just got to go to work. You got to do something. So yeah, we're 14 minutes over the time. I like to keep this to an hour because I know people got things to do and it's late in the evening, so I don't want to keep y'all. But if there's no more questions, Rhonda, can you peep at the chat real quick? And if there's no more
Yes,
questions,
I've been
we're gonna
watching it. I think we got
okay.
everything. We got a lot
So
of
we're
people
gonna
that's
go
happy
ahead
and
and
excited and ready to go.
absolutely. So
Mhm.
um so let's improve your economy. So as we close out, I'm gonna say IYE. I want y'all to say improve your economy. Y'all, everybody unmute. Help me out. Everybody unmute. Then we're gonna get off of here. Unmute, unmute, unmute. Let me see.
All
Let
right,
me.
thank you.
Okay, so IYE.
Improve
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 your
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 economy.
economy.
Improve your economy. Let's go out here and make this money. Let's go out here and help people save on their taxes. So with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next video. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the group so you can watch the replay if you want to. If you want to share this with someone, you can. So once I finish with the upload and edit of it, it will be in the group. See y'all. Call me if you need me. I'm here. I don't sleep. I'm in no sleep mode. So if you got any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. And I literally mean anytime. If I'm asleep, I won't answer. So don't think it's too late. You can call me anytime.
I
Bye
think
bye.
I've called you a little bit late before.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you
So
for
it is
answering.
fine.
Y'all do the work now. Do the work. You're
All
gonna
right.
do it. Be successful.
All right. Bye bye for now.
Bye.